And we are back with JJ French of Twisted Sister. So I heard after your last show in 2019, I guess you announced retirement and gave a lot of your gear to, was it your crew?
No, I just gave my guitars.
Just the guitars?
The ones I had with me on the road.
Now, I mean, how many people, I mean, do people do that? I mean, that just seems like, I mean, it seems like such a kind gesture.
I don't know. I mentioned it to Steve Vai, and he thought it was a nice thing to do. I just thought it was our last show, and, you know, why not?
Was it to kind of make certain that you wouldn't? Was it to make certain you wouldn't be? Because it seems like you guys keep stopping, and then something kind of like The Godfather drags you back in. And just like you said, you tried to make the Christmas album you were looking for an album to kind of end it all, and then it didn't. Was there some symbolic nature of it in giving the guitars away in that, or was it just felt like time?
Well, I have a million guitars. I mean, it's not like I didn't give them vintage guitars. I mean, I carry my stage guitars, which are great, but I get new ones every year, so I use them for the tour.
Got it.
And a lot of times I sign them and give them away.
Got it. Okay, now that makes sense. Now let's talk about...
Or for charities. Mm-hmm. You know, I decided to my crew, I said, if you guys want them, you know.
Yeah. Let's talk about the book. Tell us a little bit about that.
Well, it's called Twisted Business, and it's basically based on a theory of the twisted method of reinvention, TWISTED, tenacity, wisdom, inspiration, stability, trust, excellence, and discipline. That's the 7 letters. And that was just a marketing concept to help me promote the book. But I've been doing business talks for years. You know, I don't want to call it motivational speaking. I mean, it's just I get called in for business conferences, and people want to know the story because they find it is it's applicable and good for their sales staff, you know, to hear it. Because it's a universal story. It has nothing to do with rock and roll per se. You could be selling shoes or radios. It doesn't matter. It's the same theory behind it. So it was necessary to do it. If I was going to continue on lecturing and doing these things, I needed a book. Everyone has a book. Except everyone uses leadership, and I'm thinking enough leadership already. Like, you know, I'm not trying to be a leader. What I'm saying is that the average person needs a reason to succeed and to move forward in anything they do. So overcoming incredible odds to succeed in what you do is what I try to explain. And there's tools that I didn't know I had until I realized I had them. So it wasn't something I learned in business school. It was practical application of general rules of success. That was it.
Is this something that people can pick up on Amazon, or do they have to go to a particular website?
It will be when it's out on Rosetta Books. It'll be out in late summer, and plus I have my podcast, which is the JJ French Connection, JAYJAY, Beyond the Music, which is not just music, but it's a lot of other issues, a lot of subjects. It's good friends of mine that come on my show and talk to me, you know, about their life and their success. Mostly, you know who they would be: Rob Halford, Dee Snider, Mike Portnoy, celebrity chefs, artists, producers, managers, and they want to hear stories. And so it's like an inside look at unique stories in the entertainment business as told to me. So they obviously are not telling this to everybody because they're different. So it's stuff you don't hear anywhere else. So the podcast is really fun. I write for Copper Magazine, which is an audio magazine online. That's available through a portal called PS Audio. It's PS, like Peter, Stephen, PS Audio. And Copper is a magazine that's published within the confines of that. And it's an audio column. They let me just riff on anything. Bands I've seen, experiences I've had in the music industry. And then I write a Beatle column for Goldmine called Now We're 64, in which I really can just go off on things that are always Beatle related or related to the period of time around 64.
I really appreciate you being on, JJ. I mean, wow. I mean, we've covered so much ground. So just thank you, ladies and gentlemen, from Twisted Sister, JJ French.
Thank you. Take care, David.